Peace and abundance and prosperity. How y'all doing, my brothers and sisters? I hope you all having a beautiful sunny day. I want to talk about today about something that nothing new about it because everybody brought that up before I have. Is there's a book I've read. It's called the Secrets of a Millionaire Mind, and really the most thing that inspired me out of this book is they said what you focus on grows. So regard and now I want to switch towards the news. It really there's nothing more in the news that disturbs me more than the things that I hear about Mother Nature, the changes that is happening. Whether they focus on global warming, population growth, uh, many endangered species, many endangered plants, endangered forests. And I don't know if you believe in conspiracy theories or not. It doesn't matter. What matters is what you really focus on. And if these channels really they focus so much by day and night. They only focus on the bad news, but somehow they never focus on the solution. So regardless if these news are real or not, by just making you focus on these bad and negative things, the global warming or endangered species or forests dying, animals dying, uh, oceans being pumped, being fed by all kind of trashes and toxic materialistic stuff. The thing is, they just focus on the problem. They don't focus on the solution. And by making billions and billions of people just listening and focusing on these sad, tragic, and disturbing news, we they're making us manifesting this thing to grow and become bigger and bigger and bigger. I don't think it's just happening because we're doing it or just because we're being irresponsible. I think it's really what's feeding it to become the way it is because we're just thinking about it. These channels or these media, they're making us focus on it, and it's just becoming worse and worse because we're thinking about it all the time and we're not thinking about the solution. And what I'm trying to say here is not neglecting our responsibilities. What I'm trying to say here is that you and us, we all, should start focusing on the solution instead of the problem. Uh, so let's focus on what is the first thing we do. Just be optimistic. Just visualize a positive future and visualize an alternative system. And instead of focusing on destroying the current system, simply just visualize a plural system that we can create without having to do anything illegal or violent or whatsoever. So if the system cannot take care of the environment, if the politicians and the media aren't doing anything about it, simply visualize your thoughts on the alternative, on the promising future and a clean technology. And it's already happening. I mean, after all these years, they tried to bury the legends of Tesla. Now, there are cars and a very that carries the name of Tesla, and it honors his discoveries, the clean energy, and not even the governments are stopping it anymore. And that tells us something. I don't have to go into details. So, instead of focusing on destroying something you don't like, just simply ignore it and just say, I rebuke that. That's just not gonna be that way. In my opinion, I don't think we can defeat Mother Earth. It's Mother Earth can fight back. We're not destroying Mother Earth, we're destroying us. We're destroying ourselves because Mother Earth can fight back. But if you don't want to believe that stuff, that's fine. Just focus on the bright side, focus it on the positive alternative. And when they told you, like a few days ago, I saw this disturbing news that they say like bees are getting extinct and even coffee is getting extinct, and I really love coffee. And I said, no, I rebuke that. I'm not gonna focus on that. I'm gonna ignore it. But at the same time, I'm gonna take my responsibility as well. So I know we're doing many irresponsible things, like the trashes we're throwing out, the vehicles we're driving are toxic, they're 100 years old technology. And it's the part that I'm thinking about is focusing on the bright side and looking for the alternative. But seriously, it all starts with the thought. And the thing is, our subconscious mind is going to resist that. And in order to change your subconscious, you need to focus this laser here on your goal. And your subconscious is like a tire or like a wheel. It's gonna turn like that, and it's gonna try to distract your conscious focus. But the good news is, if you keep going back to focus on the bright side or the goal you want to go towards, the tire of this old subconscious, it's gonna get weaker and weaker and weaker. The old roots that is trying to resist the changes you try to seek, it's gonna get weaker and weaker and weaker. But you just have to schedule yourself times in the day where you just focus all the time on the goal you need to reach. The best time, the really best time to manifest changes is either when you practice yoga or meditate, or before you go to bed also. And that sometimes keeps you awake, that sometimes gives you insomnia, but it's worth it. Just don't be angry about it, don't force it. I remember what I taught you in previous videos. The brain gives you the opposite of what you ask for. So try to use the power of shame and fear, okay? So when I want to picture like finances, I visualize myself here in my mind that I have a lot of money, and I associate it with a negative feeling. I associate it with a shame. It's like disappointed. I'm very disappointed that I'm rich. And I add to it the power of fear, and fear is related to the future. So I make the fear, I'm disappointed that I have a lot of money, and I fear, I'm terrified that this is going to continue to grow. And I don't force these emotions in, I just visualize it in. This is very tricky, and it requires practice, it requires focus, and this is all related to the original subject I started with. Don't focus on the news that scares you, focus on the alternative. And it's a practice you gotta do, you gotta teach yourself. So good luck. Uh, it's gonna take a while, but just stay focused, okay? Thank you for listening. Bye.